Hey guys, what's going on? So all of you, in essence, when you think of fitness, you probably think of just this grand aesthetic that you can gain out of it, right? And you really want this one thing, you want that look that these people that you idolize have in magazines and on TV, right? But there's one thing that they have that you don't. And that's that they devote their time towards getting to that body type. They devote their effort towards getting to that body type. They don't sit around and be like, oh man, I'm gonna freaking look at this magazine and focus on this person because that's what I want. They go, alright, what do I gotta work on today? They go into the gym, they crank it out, they do whatever they had to do that's in need in order to get to that certain goal. And then once they get that out of the way, alright, what do I have to eat today? What's my carb intake like? What's my sodium intake like? And they go through all these macronutrients, micronutrients to try to really find out what they need to do in order to have that aesthetic so that you, as a viewer and a consumer, can be like, oh my god, I want to look like that. That looks awesome. And you know, the thing is, it's completely attainable. At least for most things, right? I mean, unless you're talking about bodybuilding and all those people that are like 250 pounds with 3, 4, 5% body fat, then go get some roids, and that's just going to be the end of the video for you. But for those people that want to stay natural and they want to get to a realistically good aesthetic without being overly steroided out, this is what I'm going to say to you. It's all about your dedication and your commitment. Your commitment is your biggest asset in this whole entire game, quite frankly. Because a lot of us people these days, especially younger people in the younger demographic, they have a really hard time with commitment. I mean, you think about a relationship, you think about a job, you think about anything of that nature, a dream even, right? They have a hard time committing to it, and it's really painful for them to sit there and endure this cycle of commitment. And I mean, I'm 100% guilty of this in the past, and I'm learning to get better with it, because I used to be having a lot of difficulty with commitment towards people, things, and other things that I needed to do and get done. However, when you realize that the biggest parts of getting to this aesthetic, to getting to whatever you need to get out of, it's the commitment level that really takes you above and beyond. Because if you have the commitment, you have the drive, and then you have the resources and the tools to get to that designated area that you really want to get to, then there's nothing that's going to stop you. However, if you have the tools and you have the drive, but you just can't commit to it, and you fall short 3 weeks in, and then you start back up another month later, and then you go 3 weeks in and you get discouraged and you drop out, and you're just like, oh man, why the fuck aren't I getting it? Well, dude, it's been 3 weeks, and then you had a month of indulging in whatever the hell you've been indulging in, then 3 weeks comes again, you're super strong with it, and then you just drop it again. What's your biggest issue? Right there, that's telling me you got commitment issues. And honestly, your commitment's not going to only affect your fitness life, it's going to affect everything in your life, because you need to have a sense of commitment towards one thing. I mean, like I said, I've had these problems too in the past where I'm really bad at keeping myself on one steady path, but I'm getting a lot better with it. So this is why I want to share this to you, because this is something that's really increased my ability to succeed and grow as an individual, is learning to commit to one plan at a time. And that doesn't mean you have to put all of your eggs in one basket, but that means like if push comes to shove and you have to choose your main goal or a little goal that you wanted to do on the side, I mean, you have to push that side project away, and you gotta focus on that one thing that you really told yourself you wanted from the beginning. Because if you let that little distraction come along and be like, hey, I'm not going to go through with this, I'm going here, and this one's losing attention, it feels like crap, it's not going to get anywhere further, and then at the end of the day, you spent a whole day or however long taking away from this and putting energy into your other commitment, because you never really had a full commitment there. And then that leads to the pattern of whenever a distraction comes up, now you're focused on that. Rather than what you really wanted, it's like a person battling with addictions, actually. This is a really good kind of way to look at it. You have a person that's battling with addiction, right? And if you really honestly think about it, they have this really ideal goal of, I want to be sober, I want to be cigarette free, I want to be away from cutting myself, whatever it may be. But when the problem arises that I got to go over here, and there's these people that are telling me to do other things that they're going to be contradictory towards where I need to get to, I'm compelled to just give in because these people are trying to guide me in that direction. Whereas if you were committed, right, you would stay away from all those things, or if you were really truly committed, you would go around it, and when things came about that you were about to stray off your path, you redirect yourself, push it away, and go back onto your path. Because that's true commitment. There's nothing to say that you have to continuously do this one thing all the time and that's the only thing in your life, because you're going to need some freshness. You don't want to get stale by any means. Like, I'm not always training other people. I'm reading books about other things. I'm doing other things and engaging with people that have nothing to do with what I'm doing. But I know enough not to let them influence my life to the point where it drives me away from what I really want to do. So the point being is that you need to learn how to commit to what you want and stay true to it. Because when you start to get a little blurry and the lines start to fade and you start straying away from your main goal, that's where everything gets lost. And I mean, that's in life, that's in business, that's in fitness, in everything. And that's why I'm telling you guys, I love fitness, because I've noticed that when I'm in the gym, right, I used to have really big trouble with sticking to one program. And to this day, I still have a big struggle with it. I'll stick to my program now, but it irks at me sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to go an Olympic lift. I don't want to do all this bodybuilding shit. But then I realize my main goal is to gain size. So if I keep straying away from gaining size and I keep going towards these other things, I'm not going to get there. If anything, I'm getting further from it, because I might be overexerting my energy because I'm an ectomorph, and now I'm depleting more calories than I'm trying to retain in order to gain the mass that I need to gain. So the point being is this, guys. Don't be afraid of commitment, and there's a certain fear associated with it, and I completely understand it. But you got to get over your fears. That's what people have always said, and that's what people will always say when they finally realize that there's a certain thing that takes a higher priority in life than anything. So if you are one of those people that has trouble losing weight, has trouble gaining weight, whatever it may be, don't get discouraged and don't have the fear installed in your head. Push that negative shit aside, keep it over that way, and keep your goal in front of you. Keep your commitment installed into your head. And that's what I gotta say, guys. If you liked the video and understood the message clearly, please like and share this. I'm really looking forward to getting some questions as well. So if you have questions, give us an email, just shoot us anything on Facebook, and ask us something, because we want to answer your questions between me and Katie, and then we're also going to get the other team members involved in order to start giving you guys more information. So, quite frankly, have a lovely day, and as always, take it easy.